Developed by Polygon Treehouse, a team led by former members of Guerrilla Games, Röki looks at Scandinavian folklore through a child's eyes. As a girl tries to find her brother in a mystical forest, this adventure sticks mostly to traditional point-and-click mechanics, but enhances its approach in natural ways. It's an emotional tale that highlights moments of wonder and courage, emphasizing family bonds. Living deep in the forest, you play as Tove, a young girl who has looked after her brother Lars since the loss of their mother. Bright and imaginative, Lars tells her stories of strange creatures he claims to see in the forest. Then, one night after dinner and a bedtime story, their home is attacked by a dark monster. They're chased into the woods and separated, leaving Tove with the realization that some of her brother's tales may have been true, as she has to turn to trolls, talking trees, and forest guardians for help. There's a tangible sense of wonder as you explore snowy woods and old ruins littered with secrets. Aside from meeting a variety of fantastical creatures on the quest to find her brother, Tove is also confronted by memories of her past, including things she'd rather forget. This gradual unwrapping of the family's backstory leads to some powerful moments when things start to come together in the second half. And while we won't talk much about the game's villains, there's depth there as well, allowing room for you to empathize with them and understand their motivations. Much of the gameplay is basic point-and-click adventure fare, but things are well streamlined here. With a quick click, you can highlight everything you can interact with in a scene, reducing the need for pixel hunting. Once an item is in your bag, you simply drag it from your inventory onto an object in the environment or another item you're holding to combine them. You can pick up many items before you have any idea why you need them, but Röki avoids the cliché of having solutions that feel like total leaps of logic. Whenever you come across a puzzle you can't figure out, it tends to be a matter of retracing your steps to look for something you might have missed, or perhaps couldn't acquire because you didn't have the right tools the first time you were there. Another nice touch is that after completing certain sections, the game empties out any objects you won't need in the next chapter, keeping your bag clutter-free. While Röki's design allows you some freedom in which puzzles to tackle first, the downside is that sometimes an item you need can be relatively far away from where it's used, which can result in a fair amount of backtracking. In early areas, this is relieved by a network of trees that serves as a fast travel system, while later areas unlock doors that serve as shortcuts. But sometimes, wandering can still feel like a chore, particularly when you aren't sure what you're looking for. Finding the right item to use in the right place does make up the bulk of the game's interactions, but there are quite a few other puzzle mechanics to work out as well. At times, you need to interpret what to do from reading passages of riddles, identify symbols that need to be realigned, and direct beams of light to fend off a giant spider. Some of the most interesting and significant mechanics are introduced near the end of the game, but we'll avoid showing them due to inherent spoilers. While some solutions lean toward the easy side, what's nice is that these puzzles fit naturally in the context of the world. They're often just challenging enough to get you thinking about a solution without leaving you feeling so frustrated that you feel like you have to turn to a guide. Things are communicated well, and as long as you're observant, you should be able to find the answer. Supplementing the world and gameplay is Tove's journal. Each time you discover a new location, she writes a brief note describing it from her perspective. She then updates these entries when something important changes or you find an important clue. So it serves as both a means of enhancing the game's lore and as a quick way to reference earlier hints. The journal also includes a sort of scrapbooking element, where you can stick collectible knickknacks that you find throughout the world. These bits of detritus aren't particularly illuminating, but they do help you to see things through the eyes of a child, who revels in the discovery of a lump of troll snot or an old snakeskin. The art style emulates the feel of a childhood storybook, presenting fantastical creatures that feel monstrous and otherworldly, but still approachable. All of the characters are brimming with personality, and it's a pleasure to sit down and chat with one of the troll sisters. While this small project doesn't include fully voiced dialogue, there is a touch of voice work here and there as characters call out each other's names or express various emotions to highlight their mood or demeanor. The music is a bit of a mix though. The austere thematic elements fit in well with the cold environments, with moments that enhance the sense of wonder and strangeness that come with exploring this land. However, at times, when you're exploring and trying to solve puzzles, the score often rests on long, droning tracks that seem unobtrusive at first, but can start to wear on you and feel oppressive after a while. At 10 to 12 hours, Röki is a substantial adventure that avoids some of the typical pitfalls of the genre. While there is a fair bit of backtracking, puzzles feel naturally entwined with the story as it unfolds, with significant new elements that change things up just when it's needed. Meanwhile, the nature of where this story goes effectively draws you closer to this family's struggles, taking it beyond a simple fable. It's a small game with a lot of heart. Easy Allies reviews are made possible by generous viewers just like you. If you like what you see, check out patreon.com/easyallies to help us make more. For just $1 a month, you can gain access to weekly updates, spoiler discussions, and exclusive shows.